I've been playing Sonic Rush lately. Who's playing Sonic Rush these days? Nobody. I doubt there's anybody in the world playing this game. You want to talk about dead games and dead player counts? Nobody is playing Sonic Rush. And, the more I think about it, I think more people not only should do this, but I think we're going to trend in this direction. And I think it's going to be the death of gaming culture in general. I know I talk about on this channel that the gaming industry is going to crash. I honestly do believe that's going to be the case with just budgets and development cycles and all of that. I don't think gaming will ever die though, and you can see a lot of people moving towards more retro now. And I don't know. I think just people need to start just embracing and playing irrelevant games, and you'd be much happier. One example I like to go to is Gears of War Reloaded. Gears of War has been irrelevant since like 2019 because that's when Gears of War 5 came out. And so finally we got some new Gears of War. It's relevant again. I picked it up because I was like, oh, I'm a huge Gears of War fan. Never played in Gears. I never played on PS5, and so there's just some novelty to it. Let's check it out. I played this game, and something about it felt weird. I immediately afterwards played Gears of War 1 on Xbox 360, granted through the Series X backwards compatibility, and I liked that version better. It felt more nostalgic. It felt more just like real to me. This felt like just almost fake to an extent. And then I decided to play Gears of War 2 after. Gears of War 2 is irrelevant right now. Dead game. But I loved it. One of my favorite gaming experiences in the past 5 years. And so with games like the original Xbox 360 Gears of War games and Sonic Rush on the Nintendo DS, these games have always been out there. What's stopping me from playing them? When it comes to modern games, development cycles get so long. When I think about the PS5 and upcoming games I'm excited for, the only game is Wolverine. That's the only PlayStation 5 game that's been announced that I know about that I'm excited to play. And that doesn't come out until holiday 2026, unless it gets, postponed, which like that would be the most unsurprising thing in 2026 to have a big AAA game be delayed to make sure it's done right. And hopefully that's the case. But like, so with that, there's nothing to play on PS5 for now, nothing to look forward to. And so like, I don't know, companies, they keep releasing remasters and remakes to fill the gaps. And so instead of just keeping up with these gap fillers and them telling me and dictating me, hey, you want to play games on PS5? You need to pay $40 and play this relevant new release. There's so much rich history back there. N64, Super Nintendo, Nintendo DS, Game Boy, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360. I have access to all these games, my old collections. There's some of them are dirt cheap at like local game stores on eBay. Yeah, some stuff in the retro market is more expensive, but when you compare them to $80 games, like, if it's a game you really want to play, like, a rare N64 game and it's $80 versus an $80 modern game, just play what you want to play, like, yeah, $80 for an N64 game versus a $10 one, or you can go down the emulation route if you want to and just have access to all the games. And as more people do this and start playing games that they want to play, I think, that's just going to crash gaming culture. I mean, already gaming culture is just a shell of itself, really. We don't have midnight launches anymore. I don't know. Do people even get excited about the same games? I mean, kind of on social media, but like social media and the discussion around games is really about new releases and has a lot to do with just like farming content. You have to talk about the newest release and all that. Also sponsorship deals, which is of course new releases. There's no one sponsoring me to talk about Sonic Rush. I'm just playing this because I wanted a handheld game. I feel like just there is no more handheld games anymore. We have the Switch 2, which is really heavy to use, and it's really just my console games portable. The same with a Steam Deck or any portable like PC handheld. Those are console games I can play portable. I want portable games. I want like little 10-minute chunks of just entertainment that just is quick and easy, and not easy. This actually is getting pretty challenging around World 6 or 7. But still, like 10 minutes, I can get an adrenaline rush out of this. And like, yeah, console gaming on the go is not the same as portable gaming. And so I picked up the DS and I'm playing an irrelevant game. And I'm happier for it. I'm having a great time with this, and I can't wait to explore more DS. Like, I play my games and finish them, so I'm playing this, but I'm kind of planning ahead of just like how I'm gonna do this next. I know like Game Boy and like below kind of going a little more towards like emulation with that. But DS, I don't like the whole idea of playing these games on a PC. I like playing them on DS. The 3DS is a great handheld, and so I'm thinking about going on eBay and picking up some just like DS games I never got to play. This has a sequel, Sonic Rush Adventure. I kind of want to play that. I'm an anime fan. There's some Naruto games on the DS. I kind of want to pick those up too. I already own some games that I want to play, like Dragon Ball Z Attack on the Saiyans. I don't know if I ever beat that, but I remember loving it back then. And just, yeah, no one's talking about these games. No one's playing these games. And just, yeah, I think more people are going to get to that. The only thing relevant maybe in gaming is like multiplayer, and that's because of streaming and all that. But I feel like, all that people are going to get tired of it eventually and see through the battle passes and the microtransactions. And eventually that's got to crash at some point. And game development's taking too long. All these gap fillers, like, what? Yeah, Wolverine's the only thing coming out on PS5. I want Horizon Zero Dawn 3. There's no date on that. Sure, there's probably gonna be Spider-Man 3, but yeah, I don't know. Intergalactic from Naughty Dog, I'm really not that interested in that. Like maybe like that's one I probably don't need to get day one. Maybe it's a good game. Naughty Dog has been a good developer. I know like they've got some weird stuff going on, and yeah, who knows? But I don't know. I guess I'll play the Jack and Daxter games in the meantime to fill the gap. I don't need a remake or a remaster of those. I can just play them on the PS2. I think I have them on PS4, but either way, that sounds fun to me. And so, yeah, I don't know. Just not only is like, do I think the game industry will crash because of just like, I don't know, not being able to make money because like, I think people are already getting sick of remakes and remasters. Are those eventually going to just like fade away? And I don't know if they release a Oblivion remaster. I did pick that up. I haven't played it yet, but I'm just thinking it's like, man, like when they do this, when they announce Oblivion remaster, should that just be a signal or reminder like, oh, you know what? Oh, that remaster sounds fun. And I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna go right now and play Oblivion on the Xbox 360 because I have the ability to do it, and it's just that's what I remember, and that's what I want to play is what I remembered and that nostalgic feel instead of paying $40 to. Yeah, it's a prettier version, but like that's what the new releases are for. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Metroid Prime 4. That looks like a beautiful game, but at the same time, I only played Metroid Prime recently remastered and like on the Switch. It was a great version of the game. Loved it. But they haven't put out 2 or 3 in any accessible form. And so I'm playing the Gears of War games right now. I'm playing Sonic Rush. I'm probably not going to play Metroid Prime 4 the day it comes out. I'm picking it up on day one. But Nintendo games don't really go on sale, so I don't really lose sleep over adding those into my backlog day one. It's whatever. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Do I hold off on playing Prime 4? There's gonna be a lot of noise on the internet, a lot of hype from videos of people saying how great the game is or how bad the game is. I've been seeing some of those videos too, but I haven't really been clicking on them because like I'm gonna play the game and I like going in blind. I don't want my opinion already like just to be like I don't want it to be like muddied down by other people's opinions telling me what I should think going into it. I kind of want to play 2 and 3 because as I'm playing through the Gears of War trilogy, playing them back to back to back really adds a lot to the experience. And also Metroid Prime Hunters on the DS, I'm pretty sure that's canon in the Prime games. So I don't know, maybe I hold off on Prime 4. I've already skipped some other modern Switch 2 games. I haven't played Hyrule Warriors or Kirby Air Riders, but yeah, even if like, I wait so long for these games, Metroid Prime 4 has been what, like an 8-year wait? What's like another year, honestly, at that point? I want to see more of these games, like, yeah, from Nintendo. They're doing a good job releasing games at a good pace compared to Sony. Like, all I can think of is Wolverine and Horizon Zero Dawn 3, which hasn't even actually been announced yet. Those are the games that I really want to play. I'll probably pick those up day one and play them. But yeah, like when it comes to even day one games, it kind of sets like a deadline, like, oh, I need to finish like Sonic Rush. I need to finish the Gears of War 4 and 5 before Metroid Prime 4 comes out so I can switch gears and play that. And I've done that kind of scheduling play for just so many years now, like at least the past 5 years where I've had these like deadlines of like, oh, this new release is coming out. Definitely started during 2020 when I wasn't leaving the house much and playing a lot of games. And it's like, oh, this new game's coming out. I think I was playing like Xenoblade Definitive Edition, and like that was like an 80-hour long game, and I need to finish it before I don't know what game was coming out, but it's like I gotta finish this game before that comes out, so then I can move on and play the next one, and like I don't know, be a part of it. And again, that's just like this relevant mindset, and like I don't know, back in like the GameCube and PS2 and even the Xbox 360 days, like that we're so nostalgic for. uh there was never like there wasn't this like social media presence of YouTube videos and content and just like making you feel like you're missed out, or even spoilers, like I don't know, trying to block more keywords or just not using it as much, because I don't want spoilers for these games, but I do kind of want to play them on my own time. And I'm having a great time playing old retro games on my own time. Like this is what I'm feeling right now. I'm gonna ride that wavelength, I'm gonna ride that vibe and play what I'm feeling. um yeah, sure. In a lot of cases, you can probably save money, and it definitely depends on the game. Like I said, Nintendo games I'll pick up day one because they just don't go down in price. That's just the way it is. Oh, I shouldn't support that. I don't think my vote is my single not purchasing is going to make a difference. Too many people are doing it, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, like with third party stuff, like and with Black Friday, huge Black Friday sales, especially with the game key cards, those are getting really cheap. Great time to pick up games at a cheap price. I'm down to seal deals on games, add them to my backlog, and like yeah, I'm in a retro DS vibe right now. But who knows? Maybe after 3 games, I'm like, okay, like I'm still loving the DS, but maybe I'm craving something a little more modern, And then I can look at my modern backlog and pick up a game, whichever game I'm feeling. And since I'm not doing that release order deadline, which was like Hyrule Warriors on Nintendo Switch, what Age of Imprisonment, then it was Imprisonment or Calamity, who cares? And then Kirby Air Riders, and then Metroid Prime 4. So, like, if this was me 2 years ago, I would have been like, I have to beat Hyrule Warriors in 2 weeks because Kirby Air Riders is coming out. I gotta play that, which I get like 2 weeks to play that. And then Metroid Prime 4 is out, and that's the one that, like, Metroid Prime 4 would definitely be the one, like, I'm gonna play this to completion, even if it takes me 40 hours. But then it would have been like, I played 20, like, 2 weeks of Kirby Air Riders, and then just like probably never played it again because, like, I just got my fill for it. It's no longer like this like mystery or like I need to play that, versus like I just hold off on Kirby Air Riders, play Metroid Prime 4 because that's the one out of those three I want to play the most. Play Prime 4 first, and then like maybe Kirby Air Riders afterwards when I just like feel right where I'm like this is what I want to play right now. I'm gonna play this and like exhaust it till like I naturally don't want to play it anymore, versus like another game releasing forcing me to not want to play it anymore. And then when you go more retro and you add more irrelevant games, you have more things to fill the gap. So let's say I finish a game that I want to play, like, I don't know, let's say my schedule is I finish Gears of War 5 and there's a week left before Metroid Prime 4 comes up. And Metroid Prime 4 is really the game I want to play next. Well, if I'm mixing in some retro games for a week, maybe I can mess around with some DS games or some NES games or Super Nintendo games. Like, just a small little platform like Game Boy Advance. I don't know. I was thinking the Mario Advance games, but those are also Super Nintendo and NES games. Super Mario World. Play that in like a week or something. That sounds like a lot of fun, or just like, yeah, have access to just some older games. Play some like N64, some like Smash 64, where you don't even need to like play it for more than a week, or Mario Kart 64, just something fun to fill in the gap. Like, I don't know, those still seem fun, even playing against the computers. Like, I feel like a lot of us did that with Smash 64. You rented it from the video store, you come home, and yeah, you're just like playing bots the whole time. But it's fun, versus like modern, it's like, oh, I have to do a multiplayer and everything's so meta and broken and like stressful, and you have to download these patches and updates, and there's these stores asking you for money, and just like, I don't know, it's ridiculous. And I think more and more people are gonna get sick of it. I think people are already getting sick of it, both like single player wise with like these remakes and remasters filling in the gaps for the brand new single player games, and then probably the multiplayer gamers, are getting sick of it. I think maybe Black Ops 7 is really showing a lot. That's not doing too great. Rip Xbox when it comes to that. Um, yeah, I don't know. So I feel like I'm just getting more and more into retro right now. I'm still into modern. Like, that's probably not going to change too much, but just like FOMOing a lot less. And it's great. Like, I don't mind building up a backlog of games that I know I'm going to play, and just like having the idea. It's like, I can just like, whenever I want, I can just like stop buying games and be good for like a very, very long time. And when it comes to modern, like some of these modern games can last me a year or two, especially if I'm cutting my game time with like some of the retro games I already have. And then just, yeah, like, what does that do with the culture? If we get to a point where nobody's playing the same game, we already see that with like TV and movies, with like Netflix and like there's all these things on all these streaming services. So maybe you or your buddy don't have the same streaming services or subscriptions activate at the same time, and nobody's watching the same thing anymore. And before there was like live TV, and like it'd be like, oh, did you see that last night? Because like the show was on at Tuesday at 8 p.m. And if you missed it, like that was in everyone's talking about the next day at school, at work, like everybody's talking about that show. But now, like with streaming, everybody's watching whatever they want. We have access to every movie and TV show. No one's watching the same thing anymore. I know me and my buddies, we never watch like the same thing. Like, yeah, there's the occasional new release or something, or it's really easy when it's like a Netflix new release or something. And it's just really everyone's like watching that. Um, but like week to week, no one's watching the same thing. And I think we're gonna start seeing that with gaming. It's just no one's playing the same stuff. And yeah, I can't make a video like this and talk about Sonic Rush. I might do it. I might make a video just about Sonic Rush because I want to. And like YouTube isn't my career, so I can do whatever I want. But that video is not going to do good because it's irrelevant. And so you see a lot of YouTubers making videos about just relevant stuff. And so the only way I can talk about Sonic Rush is in a video kind of like this. That, I don't know, play relevant games. Crash the gaming industry, crash gaming culture. And I don't know, that's kind of, yeah, I don't know. I say crash gaming culture, then maybe it feels more isolated. I mean, like, yeah, nobody in the world's playing Sonic Rush but me. I have nobody really to talk to this about who's like, hey, you playing this right now? But I don't know. I kind of feel like I've been a solo gamer for a while. I don't play multiplayer anymore. I kind of aged out of it. I think a lot of people do, like just multiplayer, especially current multiplayer, with how meta everything is and how like esports driven and just all that. Like I'm not watching YouTube videos, and I know they exist. I know this is what you kind of have to do is watch YouTube videos of the best strategies, the best loadouts, and all that, the best techniques or tech, as they say. Um, and I don't want to do that. I just want to hop in and play a game for fun. But then you just get destroyed if you don't do that stuff. So it's not as fun. And then you become like a single player gamer and enjoy like someone who likes movies. Single player games, like you can get some stories out of that and just interactive entertainment. And yeah, I don't know, maybe more people are just gonna come and join this side of things. But yeah, I think that the first step is you become a single player gamer, but then you're still like kind of keeping up with modern stuff, which I'm still going to. But I'm just gonna play more and more irrelevant games, and it's a better life. It's a better life. And yeah, I do think that long term, maybe short term, that the gaming industry is going to crash. Especially if more and more people go this route and realize I don't need to buy the latest remake when I can just play the normal one. Like, oh, you want me to play Gears of War again? I will. I just don't need to buy the new one. Um, I think more people are going to start doing that, or especially like maybe not play the new one day one. Uh, Hopefully this goes down in price. It's just like as like someone who also like collects a little bit. Not the biggest hardcore collector, but I love Gears of War, so it's like I wanted a physical version of it. I did. And print runs feel like they're short, so who knows what's gonna happen? That's what sucks about new modern games. You don't know what the print run's gonna be. And it's like, yeah, I don't mind buying an old DS game used, but like I don't know when it's like new and accessible and it's like easy to get. Like I kind of want to seal deals on them now. Um, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? Like, you got anything to add to this? You play mostly modern, mostly retro. Are you wanting to get more into retro? Any of you out there playing Sonic Rush? Because I think I was googling a little bit. I think for the Sonic community, they hate this game. But you know what? I'm liking it right now because like it's a way for me to just kill 10 minutes of time, and because it can fill that gap, I'm enjoying it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Like and subscribe if you made it this far. Thanks. See ya.